Hi, my name is Dawn, and I'm the owner of Bedrock CrossFit. Bedrock came about through a little transition in my own life. My background is as a paramedic here in Alberta, so I have my medical training. I also have formal training as a chef and have a degree in human science. And so I wanted to combine all of those talents and had been in the fitness industry for several years as well. So when I opened, part of my goals were to be able to provide services that are going to hopefully change people's lives. So we have nutritionists on staff, and we try to go above and beyond to help people who otherwise might not think that fitness is for them, to all the way up to the people who want to maybe be a little bit more competitive in the realm of the world of fitness. Our average everyday client here at Bedrock can range anything from teenagers to seniors and everything in between. And most of our clients are average everyday people with families and lives outside the gym. When looking through databases of stock photos and things like that, I don't see a representation of my average everyday client in those people. Often it's fitness models that have been potentially starving themselves and getting six packs and things like that in ways that potentially are not really relatable to the average everyday person. So having Lori come in to do photos of myself, who is an average everyday person that runs a business that doesn't work out 6 times a day and doesn't have a six pack necessarily. So having her take photos of myself and trying to portray that image that yes, fitness can be in a whole bunch of different shapes and sizes, and I happen to be one of those shapes and sizes. So I'm hoping that these photos will be able to relate, and hopefully the average everyday person that maybe looks at those photos can then connect to that photo, because I will hopefully look like them. They will be able to relate to that. So when we were trying to create media for Bedrock, trying to find the right photos took up a lot of our time. So having professional photos done in-house was initially a time investment, but in the end, it's been saving us a lot of time. So prior to the photo shoot, we were finding images on stock photos or through basic iPhone or other portable like mobile devices and stuff like that, where we were taking photos around our facility and during classes and things in less than ideal lighting conditions and possibly situations and stuff. Sometimes the process of using non-professional photos, it can be very challenging in terms of quality of photos when we want to go to use the photos in media or print media and things like that. So it was very frustrating at times. And I found out about Lori through our own community here. She has been a member at our facility here now for about 2 years, and through following her back on social media, I had the opportunity to see some of the amazing photos that she was doing through some of her various projects and things, and her style of photography was what appealed to me, and the way she was presenting people in her photos. The reason why I'd never had any professional photos done before is because I have a bit of an anxiety or fear around being in front of the camera. Being in the fitness industry, there's a lot of pressure to look a certain way and to have a certain image, and I don't necessarily portray that certain image, so that really kept me away from being on this side of the camera. After talking to Lori and discussing some of those fears, she was the one who convinced me that I don't need to have those fears. The experience of working with Lori was amazing. From the setup in the initial consultation, she took the time to get to know what my fears were, what product I wanted to kind of end up with. And then on the day of, she came to my facility and walked me through what we were going to do. We had lots of time for creative input and retakes. Lori took the time to explain everything she was doing so that it could be the least amount of stress for this situation for myself, knowing that I have a hard time being in front of the camera. After seeing the images that Lori gave me from our photo shoot, it showed me that I can be in front of the camera and look good and feel good afterwards. It was definitely a self-confidence boost. The images that we ended up choosing from our session has helped us in many ways with our media department. So we've gone from everything from print to social media to using them for other campaigns that we're about to use and things like that. Personal branding in the world of business today is such an important component, and having people understand and relate to the owner and potentially the image that the business is portraying is a vital component. Having images done by a professional photographer and assisting with that kind of direction of where we want to go with the branding is something that Lori helped me with lots. She was able to, prior to the session, get an idea of who I was and what my branding which direction it wanted to go in, so that she had a better idea of how to construct the photos and what direction to go in.